Example number 3, raise powers, products, and quotients to an exponent. So we've got an example here. 2 to the third power is in brackets, and then that whole thing is used as a base and is squared. So we want to write this as a single power, and then we'll evaluate it. So once again, method 1, we can use repeated multiplication. So let's take a look at this. 2 to the third all squared can be written as 2 to the third times 2 to the third. It's multiplied twice. Then each of those can be broken down even further. So the first one becomes 2 times 2 times 2. So that's the first one. The second one is 2 times 2 times 2. And if you add it up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2's. So this becomes 2 to the 6th power. So method 2, applying the exponent laws. So this law says that raising a power to an exponent, you can multiply the exponents. So while we were adding them before, now we're going to multiply them. So 3 squared all to the 4th power. You can multiply the 2 and 4 together to get 8, and it becomes 3 to the 8th power. So 2 cubed all squared becomes 2 to the power of 3 times 2, or 2 to the 6th power. And then when you calculate that out, it works out to be 64. So that is the third power law. Let's do another example. So we've got square brackets and curved brackets here. 2 times negative 3, and that's all inside the square brackets, and then that's to the power of 4. So let's use repeated multiplication first. So 2 times negative 3 to the 4th power becomes 2 times negative 3, 4 times. So that's once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. We can eliminate the square brackets to clean it up a little bit, because this is multiplication all the way across the board. So we'll just fill in these negatives, so you can do it that way. And then you can regroup them. Put the 2's together, which is what we've done here, and put the negative 3's together, which is what's done here. And we can see that this becomes 2 to the power of 4 times negative 3 to the power of 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 to the 4th power is 16. Negative 3 to the 4th power is 81. And then multiplying 16 times 81. 16 times 81 gives you 1296. So you can work through it with repeated multiplication and get to your answer. But we have another exponent law. Raising a product to an exponent. Write each factor in the product with the same exponent. So 3 times 5 to the 4th power, that's the same as saying 3 to the 1st power times 5 to the 1st power. It's kind of like multiplying by 1. If it's to the 1st power, it doesn't change its value. So you can rewrite 3 as 3 to the 1, 5 as 5 to the 1. You're allowed to do that. And then that whole thing's to the 4th power. So then multiply your powers together, or your exponents together. 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 4 is 4. So 3 to the 4th, 5 to the 4th. So another example here. 2 times negative 3 to the 4th power. That's like saying 2 to the 1st power times 4, so it becomes 2 to the 4th. Negative 3 to the 1st power, 1 times 4 is 4. So you can rewrite it this way. So again, that becomes 16 times 81, which is 1296. So rather than going through the repeated multiplication like we did up here, just multiply your exponents. All right, another example here. Write 3/4 to the 3rd power, or cubed. Write it as a quotient of 2 powers, then evaluate. So we'll use repeated multiplication again. We've got the fraction 3/4 cubed. So that's the same as 3/4 times 3/4 times 3/4. That is pretty straightforward. Group your numerators, group your denominators, and you'll see that you've got 3 to the third power and 4 to the third power. If you do that on your calculator, you've got 27 over 48. So what we've done essentially is we've taken this exponent, multiplied it by the exponent of 1 to become 3 and 3. So we've transferred it to each one, the 3 for the numerator and for the denominator. So here's the law. Raising a quotient to an exponent, write each number in the quotient with the same exponent. So the 2 becomes to the power of 4, the 3 becomes to the power of 4. So using this same example, write each number in the quotient with the same exponent. Well, it's cubed, so that becomes 3 cubed and 4 cubed. Which, I wrote the wrong number up above. Should be 64. Sorry guys. So that's that law. Now, you get to practice a bunch of these with another show you know. Give it a try.